Sorry, had a little interruption there, phone call, so I'll pick back up. We have some little pens, I forget where it let off, that I would use for various things. If you, I don't know, somebody wanted to have a goat or whatever, or you had a cow having a calf or a sick animal or something of that nature, you could separate. But also then this has gates and whatnot in it, but we had pigs in here. Little different setup. It can be taken out. Cattle could be in there as well, but we had some pigs. I had it sectioned off so I could go in front of the gate here and be able to, I kept feed there and then be able to feed them and put it in the little feeders or whatever and give them water. So we liked having a little versatility of the animals. That was kind of fun. Oh. Cart and old tractor to show you some of that lighting again. These back doors open as well. As long as we're here, I might as well show you this. This comes to a large cement pad. I got a lot of money in cement here. Not that it means anything, but just so you know, I got about $250,000 in the building. Tried to do it right. That doesn't mean anything, just tell you that we didn't scrimp. We hope to kind of keep, because of the house and everything and all the surroundings, I didn't want to just put up a metal building. But the cement is absolutely invaluable for being able to just put the droppings of the animals out here throughout the winter if you need be, so that you can get to it when it's convenient, as opposed to being subject to having to deal with it when things are nasty. So that was a great move, and we did that. Gonna give you a look down the barn. They're probably, I forget what I did, must have been 9-foot ceilings here. And this is just a little electrical service area. Actually, we've hardly used it, but we have a big, heavy 100-amp wire running out here, so. And then just a little storage area for your ladders and whatnot. This is our stairs going up to the loft. This you can keep bedding up here if you so desire. This is where we've had a couple weddings. We had a fundraiser for a gentleman that, actually a young boy, had cancer. It's just a wonderful thing. Brought up a bunch of bales and food and music and had a good time. So those doors open to the end. There's chute doors that can lift. I'll try to show you here. They just lift up in those tracks and then they hook right there, and that's so you can throw bedding out. They go into the pens. Then there's these other trap doors. And those lift up and hook like that. So if you happen to have feet up here, like one year I did square bales, then you could just drop them down there and they fall in front of the animal. So, and this, this is about 20, maybe just a little bit over by 122. I'm sure it's 20 by 120 as well. So very large area. We shiplapped all that, planed it down. It was rough cut, as I said. We planed it all down and shiplapped it so that you don't have these seams where chaff is falling down the all over on the floor. So that was kind of important to me. Now we'll walk out just to the feed alley there. And, I should show this a little bit. There again, this stuff can either go to auction, or if someone has desire for it, they surely can save them a lot of time and effort. This is a chute area where We would take care of the animals, has a scale with it, which is a wonderful thing. If you're doing any medicating or anything of that nature, it's nice to know what the animal weighs so you properly do that. And this will hook onto there, and the other one comes around, and this is the chute where you can run the animals down. So it works very well. These gates as well will swing, so it blocks, comes across to here, and then that way when you run that animal back out, it's a holding pen of these were done, and the ones that are out in this area were not. So makes it very convenient. Should give you a little view of the side there of the hip. So this is I did get enough rollers to put on a bunch of those doors if somebody desired. I wanted the curtains because of my application, but I thought if someone was going to do a lot of horses or something of that nature and wanted the doors, it would be easy to do. So I actually do have quite a few of those barn door rollers. This is just a little cement area. I made it so that in the winter you absolutely do not have to go off the cement because yeah, well, in the winter isn't as bad as spring and fall. Sometimes it can get a little soft and soupy. So this is another feed area that's attached, and I fed out here instead of in the barn, except for the young animals. It didn't hurt the cattle a bit, and it was just easier to keep that paddock area clean and scrape it off. And then I stored all the hay on the left side as we're standing here, and I would come up to at least about this line a little further. I could get just an incredible amount of feed because of the length and the height. I could get 800-pound, 800-pound round bales. So you do the math on that. That's a lot of tonnage of feed. And that worked really well. I never had to go outside. It blocked the wind. From over there again, just to do with the pastures kind of out here. They're all grown, but so that was very convenient. So this is the barn that we built. That's not very old. There again, the tin roof and the curtains. And there's the side of the big barn. I used, that's cedar on the equipment shed. I used pine on the animal barn. And I think given enough time, it'll kind of blend right in. I had to do some patching on the equipment shed, and I did use a pine as a patch, and yeah, I was kind of surprised. I think given enough time, you won't even notice it. So that is the equipment shed in the cattle barn. There's an old granary that I drug up that's rough shape. I don't like throwing anything away, and had visions of making that another little cabin to put down by the lake, but never got to that one. So we'll go up to the stable, and then I think I'll quit with that for today and see if the video will work. If I can actually send that to you, then that would just be wonderful. It gives you a lot of information in a lot easier format. So I'm going to go up and do the stable and try to get these off to you.